Thanks for checking out this video. Don't forget, like and subscribe.
So the main event, the Young Bucks and Kyle Fletcher and Josh Alexander versus Jet Speed and Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. I love the stuff of the Bucks at the start of this match. They come out and they have a graphic. And the graphic reads, "These guys again?"
Yes.
I laughed. Then we get clips of the Young Bucks at a meet and greet with a banner they may have actually used in 2007.
This was you and me at the B&I Marketplace when Tim used to make us do meet and greets.
A lot like this.
Absolutely miserable.
I don't want to be
What
there.
are we doing?
Burying fans. They can't believe how cheap it is.
Yeah.
They have a banner behind them that may have actually been from 2007. It's plugging youngbucks.net with a Z.
I got to look now.
There's actually a very long URL on it. You have to reload the clip to get the whole thing. And then they're very upset about doing this meet and greet. Also, Nick points out he hasn't even stretched for his match. He's out there doing a meet and greet with fans.
There's actually a webpage up. It's a checkered background. Nick and Matt are looks like someone used MS Paint to put a cutout of them on the screen.
Let's see how it looks on mobile.
And below it says Matt Taven's Matt Tavern and Zeros of Wrestling. 2 links. Look at that.
Please tell me it's part of a web ring.
It's a hell of a website.
Yeah. It loads. They look thrilled to be alive, don't they? I hope it was dead and they revived it and that's like a current photo. Right.
Could be.
Could be. So they had a very long party match in the main event. It went through 2 commercials. They did lots of insane stuff.
This match was awesome.
We had Speedball and Mike Bailey tearing it up and reminding us all of the enormous talent drain TNA has suffered over the past year. Because last year this time they were fighting each other on that show, along with ABC's gone and a bunch of other guys. Anyway, Omega and Hangman had a mini reunion of sorts. They were tag team champions once upon a time. Had a outstanding tag team match with the Young Bucks, and they had a little, I don't know what you call it, a callback to that match where they had just all sorts of amazing stuff. We had Speedball. They're on the apron doing something or other. Kevin Knight does not on the apron, the barricade, standing on the barricade. Kevin Knight does a jump from the top rope to clothesline Josh off the barricade. Nick's flying everywhere, delivering Meltzer drivers. We go through a second commercial break. Hangman and Omega do their thing with the Bucks. Whole building is on their feet for that part. And then Fletcher plants Hangman here in the ECW arena with "That's Incredible," a spinning tombstone. There is a ludicrously elaborate 8-man spot. That's the peak of the match, and time to take it home. They wasted no time. Fletcher grabs Knight, hits a brainbuster, pins him.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll hear people say these Young Bucks matches are just a bunch of spots and flips and usually they're wrong. There actually is really, if you take out the moves, like the Young Bucks tag matches are like fantastic tag team matches, and then they add the moves into it. But this actually was one of those matches that people always accuse them of having. This was nothing but moves. I don't think there was a single heat segment in this entire match.
No, not at all.
It was, they started and they ran wild and then they just kept going. It was like one 18-minute comeback of big move, 4-way, big move. This was exactly, but you know what's funny? It was awesome.
Well, I will say this. There is an art to doing this kind of match.
Yes.
And the important thing is, each segment basically has to be hotter than the segment that came before. And this was pretty much that. It peaked at the very, very end. They didn't stay too long. They didn't overstay their welcome. They didn't start out hot and then taper off. It was dull by the end. It built and built and built and built, and it peaked and it ended. And that's what you have to do with matches like this.
This guy who was there last night says they did get heat, but it must have been during the commercial. Well, that is the thing in wrestling nowadays.
Yeah.
You can only get heat during the commercial.
All promotions, it appears.
Yes. It's driving me nuts.
Speaking of heat, the Don Callis family continues the attack after the match. Fletcher brainbusters Hangman onto a chair. Hits a chair into Omega's guts, working the diverticulitis. suplexes Omega off the apron through a table, slicing his own back to ribbons in the process. And they're all tending to Kenny as Fletcher taunts, "Hey, man, it was supposed to be you," he says. And, man, like I said, I know I missed a week of shows, and that's on me, but the last 2 AEW shows I've seen both ended in heavy, heavy, heavy heat angles.
Well, yeah, there is a lot of that.
It feels the same. We thought All In to be the end of the Death Riders and a babyface champion and like a turning point. It's pretty much the same show.
Well, the last several shows in the ECW arena, I don't know if he's booking them this way because it's ECW arena, but they all feel like very much the same show.
Yes.
So we'll see where it goes.
It's a good show.
Heading to the paper.
I'd rather watch a rerun of a good show than a rerun of a bad show.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad show at all. I had a lot of fun
or a new bad
watching
show
this
for that matter. But yes.
I like wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
I do like
And I got a lot of wrestling on this show.
I do.
That was good. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notify button, and you'll never miss a video again.